I had a big like Mikel Arteta poster in my room, and I ripped it down and I was crying. I remember warming up down the side and looking at the fans, and I just thought, wow, this is incredible. You know, I'm sat by the pool and I'm just thinking about the game against Holland in a couple of weeks' time. To be fair, you know, as you may have seen, well, it's spoken about a lot, the group is, you know, such a tight-knit group, and everyone pulls together, and there's not one player who's never not good in training. I'd like to put myself up there a lot of the time, but I'd say Alan Campbell.
Yeah.
You know, I'm sure that's not a shock to anyone, to be honest, but Alan Campbell. But it's hard to single anyone out, to be honest. The group it's just everyone. Everyone gives it 100% every single day. The boys who don't play, you might have heard the gaffer talk about it. You know, on say we have a game on a Saturday, a Monday session, you know, it's very easy to have your head down and think, oh, I'm not playing this and that, like the gaffer said. But everyone is on it every single day, because like you were seeing this season, it's all about the bigger picture, pulling together for something big.
And you mentioned about the squad, and you know, everyone is togetherness, and it's just such a good atmosphere. How important is that in a squad? Because you hear it all the time, you know, a couple of bad eggs can make things, you know, not so good, but how good is it to have that togetherness in the dressing room and training ground?
Well, obviously I come a little bit into the season, and I'm only used to playing, you know, under 23s football, really. I mean, I trained with the first team at Tottenham quite a few times towards the back end, but I wasn't actually part of, you know, the first team. So to be in and around and be involved and be in the first team dressing room and things like that, it's like, I couldn't believe it when I first joined. You know, I was obviously, when I first joined, I was so nervous, thinking, oh, you know, that there's always going to be that guy who thinks he's, you know, better than everyone and looks down upon you as the young boy and things like that. And there's just none of it. What it does to everyone, it just elevates everyone, and it's just, you can't really describe it. You know, to when we did lose it in the end, it was just absolutely gutting, because you see what everyone puts in every day, not just the players, the staff, and it's just, you know, it's different level. That's all I can say. It's different level.
Do you think you've learnt much from that step up then, from just being in an under 23s dressing room and an environment to being in that first team?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Well, you see, you know, the work rate required to be in this team, to stay in the team, you know, sort of thing, see what the players are doing. So the players who would be starting every single day, every single week would be like, you know, your Alan Campbells, your Pelly Ruddocks, you know, you name it, Harry Cornick, Elijah, and you think, you know, they might take the foot off the gas and think, trainer, like, I don't really have to try, I'm going to play and this and that. But there's not one player who's not, you know, foot to the floor every single day. Yeah. And, you know, it just shows what that can do when you do that. We get to the playoffs. So probably couldn't pick up like one particular bit of advice, but I'd say some of the senior players and especially Mick Hartford, he's helped me massively. You know, speaking to him a lot. Chris Cohen, the sports science teams, Jared, they've all helped massively. But even a lot of the senior players, so we've got Snods, I know he's not here anymore, Cal Naismith, I was very, very close with Cal. He was used to sit next to him in the change room, and he helped me massively. I'd talk to him every single day and things like that. But it's just the little bits of advice, you know. When Snods come in, I remember a few weeks before the playoffs game, we were doing in training, and you might have seen I like to get the ball and run with it, take the touch, and he was just telling me little bits to improve on that even more, you know, the little tiny details like the movements and things like that. It's just the tiny bits of information that can, you know, add up to be a bigger thing. But yeah, it's hard to pick up one bit, but yeah, that's what I'd say. Oh, the Cambridge game, for sure.
Yeah.
David, yeah. 100%. You know, that's not far from where I grew up, Cambridge. You know, I had a lot of people there at the game, friends, family, people watching. to set up the first goal and things like that. It was a great.
When did you find
game.
out you were in that starting 11?
Probably the day before. I had an inkling. We did sort of shape, and actually, to be fair, Big Mick, come up to me a few days before, and he said, "How you feeling?" sort of thing. I said, "Yeah, I feel good, like just normal week." And he said, he was just like, "You just give me a wink," and was just like, "Make sure you're ready," and things like that.
Nice,
so I thought, okay, we'll see. And then we building up into it. We did a bit of shape and things like that, and I was in it, and I thought, this is going to be it. And it just felt right. Like, it made it a bit sweeter. Obviously, I had to build up my fitness because I missed pre-season and things like that, and it just made it that bit sweeter that it was obviously a win, close to home. I had everyone there, obviously set up the goal, and I don't know how to describe it. Just, I wanted to show what I could do, and I didn't even feel like in that game I actually showed what I could do. I come off, and I remember when I went home with one of my best mates, his girlfriend and my girlfriend, and I was actually a bit disappointed. I thought, I was like, I didn't really do any of like running with the ball or anything like that, and I was like, I feel like I could have shown so much more than that. And they were just saying, that's your first game. If you're not happy with that, then it's going to be all right.
Oh, mate, from what I remember and what Luton fans were saying, but you were so impressive that day, and everyone loved your performance, and I think that's why everyone started going, right, shall we see this guy in the starting 11? But for you, do you reckon, because that was your first start though, do you reckon that was kind of like nerves of, I don't want to misplace a pass, or I don't want to lose the ball, or were you feeling pretty relaxed?
No, to be fair, I was comfortable. Like, even though it took longer than expected to get that first sort of start, I felt comfortable. I've always backed myself and feel like I'm ready whenever called upon. Even if the gaffer called upon me in the semi-final of the playoffs, I feel like I could have performed and things like that. But it's just like, I just really, obviously being your first game and with all the Luton fans watching and it's on TV and things like that, you just really wanted to show everything that you have. But, it will come, and when more chances come, I'll hopefully be able to show more. But no, I was after a few days, and I watched the game back a few times and things like that, and I obviously see what the Luton fans were saying, which was obviously really nice and things like that. So, but I just wanted to, once you get that taste of it, you want more of it.
Yeah.
So. Mikel Arteta. Not many people would know this, but my mum's from Wales, so that's where the Welsh side comes in, and my dad's from Liverpool, and we picked the wrong side where he's an Everton fan. So I grew up being an Everton fan and watching Arteta, and I actually got to meet him at a Wales camp when I was 15. He was doing his coaching badges. And there's a really good picture that I'll send it to you after, of my face when I'm shaking his hand. I couldn't believe I was sitting meeting him. But yeah.
What was it about Arteta you loved?
I've always been a midfielder. He was a midfielder. He was creative, took set pieces, scored penalties. I don't know. I just loved him. I just thought he was a brilliant footballer. And I remember when he left to go to Arsenal, I had a big Mikel Arteta poster in my room, and I ripped it down and I was crying, and my dad had to come in and
Oh, amazing. So if we were to get Arsenal in the cup next year and you got a start, would that be like a dream for you? Get to meet him?
That would be funny. That would be quite funny, actually. Yeah, that would be funny. I can play centre mid. Obviously, centre mid is what I've played ever since I was little. Whether that be attacking, I've even played defensive midfield, but I also like playing sort of wide left. I don't mind playing wide left. I played in the recent Wales games against Bulgaria. I played on the left because I like running with the ball. So we'll see. I've got a couple coming up. I've got Holland and Gibraltar coming up, so we'll see. I might play on the left again. I'm not sure. You
always hear footballers say, I don't mind what position I'm playing as long as I'm in the team. Would you say that goes with you as well? If Nathan Jones was like, look, we want to play you as a striker or a right winger, or
I'd play goalkeeper. If it meant that I was going to play, I'd play goalkeeper because you just want to play. But no, I don't think I do very well there. But yeah, it is true. If you're on the pitch and you're going to play, you will play anywhere. That's how it is. Golf.
It's always golf, friends. Isn't it? Footballers just love golf.
Yeah. I've played, to be fair, ever since I was little. With my granddad taught me when I was about 6 years old. He took me to the driving range, and my granddad, but he's passed away now, but bless him, he was absolutely golf mad. He would take me to the driving range, take me on the course ever since I was 6, 7 years old, and then come to sort of like 7, 8 year old, and I had to make the choice on the weekends what I was going to do. Was I going to play golf? Was I going to be a footballer?
Yeah.
And I chose football. But me and my friends play a lot. Like I said before, we went out to Portugal, played a few really nice courses, but golf.
If you weren't a footballer, would you be pro in golf? Would you?
Oh yeah. I don't want to be a golfer. Yeah. The togetherness of literally everyone. That's what massively I felt. That includes the players, the staff, the fans, everyone. It's like one massive family. And it's just, obviously, like I said before, something I've never felt before. It's like everyone is so together. And even when in the recent games, when I've been on the bench at home and things like that, and you hear, I think the one I would say it was the Nottingham Forest game.
Yeah.
I just think I was sat there and I remember warming up down the side and looking at the fans, and I just thought, wow, this is incredible. Like it's like I said, once you have a taste for it, you want more of it.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's why I'd say the togetherness, like the family feel. I've got to be careful what I say. I'd say his passion.
Yeah.
His passion for the game. You see him on the sideline, how passionate he is, and he's like that in meetings and things like that. It's unbelievable, and there's a reason why he won Manager of the Year. So
you always hear from new signings that join the club, and they say Nathan gets out a presentation and he goes into detail about the club and the player and stuff. Was that similar when he brought you here?
Yeah, it was. Yeah, and I remember, because there was things going on, and I remember my agent called me and said that the manager of Luton wants to have a meeting with you. I was like, oh wow, okay. And I went in, and I'd say within 2 minutes of him talking, I wanted to sign for Luton.
Wow.
So, yeah, it was pretty special.
Well, I've just seen today Bale's been released, so maybe you and your Welsh connections.
Yeah.
You maybe Nathan Jones too.
At Spurs, I trained with him quite a few times and had good chats with him and Ben Davis and things. I had a good chat with Ben Davis at the last Wales camp and things like that. But yeah, he's a really good guy. He's a nice guy. So I'll try my best. I get to play a load of golf. I don't know, maybe.
Do you get to go on holiday in the off season?
Yeah, no. Obviously, you get your holidays, but I was saying it to my girlfriend that I was just on holiday with. Like, I struggle to like switch off because I'm so like always wanting the next thing sort of thing. And yeah, I was having this chat with her when we were sat by the pool, and I was just struggling. I just constantly in my mind, it's probably not actually that healthy, but I'm always thinking about like the next thing, and I'm thinking about the next game, or I'm sat by the pool and I'm just thinking about the game against Holland in a couple of weeks' time, thinking that, and Does that
drive her mad?
Yeah, it does. Yeah, it does, because she just wants to sit there by the pool, relax, have a nice time, and I'm sat there like watching video clips of football or trying to talk to her about something. She's yeah.
Are you the type of player that looks forward to pre-season, all the running and getting up to fitness and stuff? Is that fun for you?
I don't think anyone looks forward to the running in pre-season, but you got to do it, and it will benefit you massively. And I think it will benefit me massively because obviously I didn't have a pre-season last year. So I think it will put me in really good stead if I have a solid pre-season, and then we'll see where we're at.
Well, mate, look, we hope to see you in that starting 11, that first game of the season, whenever it comes around in July. Elliot, thanks so much for chatting to us today, mate.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Thanks for having me, Luke.